What's going on, everyone? I hope everyone had an amazing day. So today I posted a watch list, and then I posted that I was entering into SPY puts. And you can see that I entered them right here. This is the minute chart of the SPY. And by the time we came over here, those puts were up over 40%. The entire market, everyone was thinking that we were so bullish, blah, blah, blah. I said, wait, just be patient. Let the market come to you. Wait for the setups. We waited for the setups and we profited. So today I'm swinging a bit into tomorrow. So yeah, I'm swinging these lotto puts. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I took that trade, the overall stock market, the SPY, the QQQ, the IWM, and of course, Bitcoin. So without further ado, let's do this. So number one, why did I enter into these lotto puts? So I was essentially just waiting for a break of this uptrend. And the level that I needed to break for this uptrend was 477.30. I ended up alerting these puts earlier than 477.30 because I saw the weakness in the market. This morning I said that if we close below 477.30 or 474, that would be a good opportunity to buy into SPY puts for 2 to 3 weeks out. And here we go. That is where I said that this morning. And I mean, it worked out because it ended up going 40%. Took some profits. A lot of people made tons of money, which is always a really good thing. So as you can see, a lot of people made a lot of money on it today, which is really, really good. And yeah, you know, this is what I do. Anyway, so the next downward target for the SPY is going to be around 475 to 474 to 475. If we hit 475 tomorrow, these puts will probably be over 100, 150%. So, yeah, I mean, this was a safe play. Essentially, when we break the uptrend, it's a good opportunity to swing short because it's definitely not a good opportunity to swing long because the momentum has shifted, obviously, right? If the momentum was still bullish, we wouldn't have broken down below this uptrend, right? So, number two, we were at this level of resistance that I also drew out earlier. I didn't really talk about it as much, but we failed at that level. So, I took both of those things as a good indication that we could have a bit of a pullback. Now, we might necessarily not even have a pullback into tomorrow. This could just be a bear trap, but the odds are in our favor. We had a huge 5-day green candle rally. 1 or 2 days of red is not going to take away from that momentum. You know, a healthy bull flag usually comes back and retraces the 50% or at least the 618% fib level. Right now, I mean, we're much higher than that. So yeah, I mean, having some sort of downwards move is not going to be a huge deal, right? But you have to kick your emotions out of this and pragmatically ask yourself, where else would you want to take a short? There was this uptrend level right here, and when we, you know, touched it, we failed, and then we ended up breaking down below. So if you were ever going to go short, this was the play to go short. And yeah, I mean, it was beautiful because all of the other indices are very bearish. They had a red day. They failed at resistance. So there's my analysis for the SPY. One other thing, sorry, is that the MACD is, you know, still moving upward. We had a red day, and the RSI is now flattening out. So, you know, that can basically mean that a retracement back to this level of support can cause extreme weakness in the RSI, which will inevitably be bullish. Because if the RSI responds poorly, like if it responds like very poorly, if the SPY only drops like $3, $4, and the RSI moves very dramatically, that's very bullish. Because that means that, you know, the market and the RSI, it wants to go up. Calculations. So, yeah, essentially that is that. Now we can go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ. So this morning I said that the NASDAQ needed to hold 402 and it needed to close above that level. But as you can see, it closed below multiple levels of support and it ended up closing, where did it close? 401.61. So clearly, you know, we had a red day. The RSI is moving downwards, which is good. This is a top. It looks like a top, right? But of course, we can come back and retrace back down to, you know, 395, 398. If we break down below 400, right? The MACD is now overbought as hell, which is completely understandable because we caught this bottom beautifully, and now we're playing the move to the downside. So essentially, let me put on this. So essentially, what we want to see is how the NASDAQ is going to respond to the fact that we were at this upper echelon of the Bollinger Band, but we failed. Very similar to the SPY as well. We were at this upper level of the B band and we failed both. So having another downward day is completely normal. And if there was ever a time to go short, it would be today on the SPY, because we broke through multiple levels of support and we failed at resistance. Excuse me. So, yeah, I mean, essentially 400, 397, 395. I mean, it's not really, you know, at this point, a lot of these levels are just going to be psychological key levels, especially when we have a huge rally into the end of the year. Volume is not as high, and, you know, multiple levels of support that would usually work don't usually work. So we have to see now if the NASDAQ can, you know, fall down just a bit more, make our puts profitable, and then we're essentially, most of these, we're going to buy the dips. So these are just short-term bearish retracements. Overall, I'm very, 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 very bullish. So please don't get it twisted. Don't, you know, automatically think that I'm now a bear, right? So yeah, we played that perfectly, and the NASDAQ closed below that level of support that I was saying this morning. So there's the NASDAQ. Now we should definitely take a look at the IWM. So the IWM held support, but we failed at resistance, and we failed at this upper echelon of the B band. So the resistance was at 225.11. We crossed above it, but we ended up closing below. So now, I mean, it's the same concept. There's a lot more room to the downside, and a retracement back to these levels is healthy in the grand scheme of things, because we've had, again, a huge rally. So it's only normal that people want to take some profits, have a day or two of red, and then continue on the bull run into the end of the year, the Santa Claus rally. So, but of course, we're not going to just blindly buy into calls. There has to be a reason, blah, blah, blah. But I'm super bullish. And especially on the IWM into January, it is the leading indice. So, you have to realize why they made today a red day from a psychological perspective. Most retail traders, basically everyone, was super, super bullish. And the best time to have a bearish day is when everyone else thinks that we're going to go up, because they can end up taking a lot of money, take money out of retail traders so that they could basically manipulate the market even more. It's beautiful. But, you know, that's why I'm here, so that I can help the average person. And, yeah, man, that's what it is, man. So, yeah, 225. So it's beautiful when you understand what's going on. It's not beautiful that they're manipulating the market. Anyway, 225 failed as resistance. These levels held as support. The next level of support is going to be this 220.54 level, and, you know, the 222 level. The MACD is overbought. The RSI is pointing downwards. It's a normal day. So, I mean, again, this is an uptrend. You go short when the uptrend is broken. And, yeah, it was a beautiful opportunity. We could have done this here. And you can see today, it retested the uptrend level perfectly. So yesterday we came back and retested this trend line and failed. So you can see that this is literally what they're doing. It was literally to the dot. I connected these two wicks and we wicked to the dot here. So that was basically my reasoning of why I went short the SPY, because, you know, I connected these wicks and I was signaling short once we broke that. So yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, you take small positions on contrarian views, because right now everything is bullish. So, you know, when we're trying to play bearish, we don't go heavy unless there is a huge reason why. And I didn't see that reason why just yet. So there's the analysis on the IWM. There's the analysis on the SPY, the NASDAQ. I do think that we could have another downward day. It would be completely normal, but, you know, who knows? They could just pop the market back up. What could end up happening now is similar to the IWM, where we came back and retested this trend line. Right? So tomorrow we can come back, retest this. Oh my gosh. All right, basically I don't really know how to draw this, but now imagine tomorrow we come back and retest the trend line, that would be, you know, no, I don't even, wow. No, that's not even possible. Never mind. To the upper level of the trend line would be at 483. So yeah, that's not what's going to happen on the SPY. Never mind. There's the analysis on the SPY, the NASDAQ, and the IWM. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, because I mean, I was telling you guys the move wasn't sustainable, but let's start. So Bitcoin, you can clearly see I had this target to the upside. I circled it, I drew it, blah blah blah. It was, you know, it was perfect. We did not cross and close above that level. And now you can see that we failed to close above that level and have now came back and retested this downtrend perfectly. So, I mean, like, this is, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, this is really, like, once you understand technical analysis and you can look at things from a non-emotional basis, trading is really just controlling one's emotions and risk management. Because you could have went short right here, you'd be up a huge amount of money. You could have went long right here and you would be up a huge amount of money to this move right here. So anyway, right now, immediately, the MACD has still not crossed down below. And we're at this level of support at 47,610. And that's basically, you know, if today's low at 47,300 breaks, that means that the MACD can continue falling even lower. And the fact that the MACD has not crossed down below is a bearish signal. It means that there's still more room to go to the downside. So Bitcoin can end up coming back and retesting these levels that I was saying that Bitcoin is going to end up retesting. And once that happens, then you got to look for huge wicks to the downsides, maybe even a breach of 40K. From there, that is when the fun is going to happen, because right now everyone is super bullish into the end of the year and into January. Again, if hedge funds and banks are aware of the fact that retail has a bullish outlook during those times, the best thing for them to do is to give maximum pain to retail traders. So that's what I think currently might end up happening. Of course, as long as we hold this downtrend line, then that is not the case, right? So tomorrow, this level of support is approximately going to be like 47,100. So, I mean, if 47,100 holds tomorrow and then the MACD ends up crossing down below, but yet we hold support, that is very bullish. So yeah, there's my analysis for the overall market, the crypto market. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will be here tomorrow. Make sure to follow my Twitter where I post everything completely for free. And yeah, man, have an amazing day. Thanks.